Look what came in today, and we're going to review the new Megadeth self-titled album, and I guess apparently their last album. Is this the album to die on? You know, as they say, is it the hill to die on? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm going to give a full review on each song. We'll go through each song, you know, a little 1 minute review for each song or whatever, since I only get 10 minutes on TikTok. I find album reviews kind of strange, you know, not so much like giving a review, but having a review either influence or persuade me to buy a product or discourage me from it. I think reviews should actually be seen as a way to, like, say, hear what others think about it, but also spark some kind of interest in at least checking it out. Like if someone tells me, oh, the album is great, it's a 10 out of 10, you know, that's going to spark my interest to at least check it out. If somebody says, oh, this album is a stinker, it sucks, you know, then that's going to pique my interest even more to see exactly, okay, what is it so bad about it? And if I like it or dislike it, that's going to determine whether I buy it or not. You know, not so much that person's opinion is going to determine that. It's after I hear it or check it out. You know, and sometimes a review can pique somebody's interest enough to at least want to check it out, because in today's sort of way music is consumed today, you get a chance to do that because you could just stream it anywhere, right? And then you can decide if you want to go buy it physically if you're a physical collector like I am. So yeah, so let's check it out. The Megadeth new album. So far so good, or is it so what? No. But yeah, all right, let's check it out. Tipping Point. I love this song. The day it came out or whatever, it was the first single of the album that we heard a few months back. Very strong opening track, way better than the album opener that was on The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, which was a title track, which I didn't really care for that too much. I thought, well, that's not a very good opening track. But killer guitar work. Dave sounds like Dave in this. Thing about Megadeth is that machine gun like rhythm, you know, the picking style that they do on the guitar. I think it's just badass, and you know that's very prevalent in this song. And a killer guitar solo by Timu. I wonder if he gets like jokes, like Timu jokes, like he's like a Timu guitar player. Tipping Point. I give this song 4 horns up. Next song is I Don't Care. No, I Do Care. Anyway, they get a lot of flack for this song due to it being like it's a teen angst song, but it's sung by like a 60-plus-year-old dude. Well, you know, we were pissed off when we were teens, and we're fucking still pissed off at 60 years old. I'm 57. I'm going on 60 years old. I'm still pissed off about a lot of shit in this fucking world. So yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna sing about it. But the one thing about the song, I really dig this song, especially the more I hear it. But there's a line that says, "He was a traitor and a creep, a jackoff, and a sheep." And I'm kind of wondering, I wonder if that's kind of a dig at Dave Ellefson, because if you remember, he got caught on camera kind of masturbating to some girl or whatever, and then later on he got kicked out of the band. So I don't know, the jacked off and a sheep, I don't know. I mean, I hope it's not about him, because that would be kind of fucked up, but yeah. But and there's a part of the chorus I was like, where it's like, you gotta know, you gotta know, you gotta know, kind of sounds like the Cro-Mags, which I thought was really cool. I'm gonna give this song 3 horns up. Hey God. Typical sounding Megadeth song, nothing too crazy or unique going on with it. Very good chorus though, kind of a Euthanasia sounding. You know, their album, I think was that one of their albums or just one of their songs, Euthanasia. But definitely more killer guitar work on this. That's one thing I've noticed so far. The guitar work, the guitar solos are really good. So I give this 3 horns up. Let there be shred. Great track. I love this. I love the guitar sound on this overall. It gives me an overall vibe of something that came off of Killing Is My Business. It definitely feels like a throwback to that album. The video's really cool. It's got the Mortal Kombat for guitar players, basically. I'm definitely giving this song 4 horns up. Puppet Parade. Cool, very cool opening riff. Typical verse, the way Dave sings, you know, but the chorus really saves it, and the chorus is just really good. So definitely one of the better choruses I've heard so far on the record. You know, I just feel like, and also I feel like his vocal on this song, maybe in the verses, is just a little too up front. It could be like what I was listening to it on my speakers. Maybe I need a really big sound system or something. But anyway, I just feel like the vocals are just a little bit too up front. It's almost like Dave's like right in front of your face singing. But overall, so you know, it's got a good vibe to it. Like I said, I like the chorus. Great melodic solo. So far, like again, this Timu guy, man, he's not Timu like the store you buy cheap stuff at. He's a real legit guitar player. I'm really digging his style here. But I bet he gets a lot of those Timu jokes, you know. Like, he's not dollar store guitar player. He's not Timu guitar player. Puppet Parade gets 4 horns up. Another Bad Day. Wow, I really like this song, the way it sounds, the way it opens up and everything. Kind of reminds me of my favorite Japanese metal band, which you guys see me post about, called Dead End. This almost sounds like a rhythm that they would play. So I really like that. I doubt Dave's heard of Dead End. Maybe he has. Who knows? But definitely it's a very good sounding verse. Some good melody there. So far, it's my favorite song that I've heard, other than Tipping Point. And I give Another Bad Day 4 horns up. Made to Kill. Good drum opener. Like it's got that really cool drum intro. Great opening riff. The verse not too creative. It's another Dave style where he kind of just sort of seems like he just kind of talks his way through these verses. It's just like kind of just like I said, it doesn't really sound too like I would like to hear some effort put into it. But maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe it's just his style. But it's Dave Mustaine. What do you expect? He's not going to be singing opera anyway. And it picks up into like a really cool like thrash like rhythm. So this is kind of like the more, I guess you could say, faster or heavier song on the album. I guess in certain parts, it's an okay song. It's not mind blowing. I'd give it 2 horns up. Obey the Call opens with a very melodic and nice guitar work and a really cool rhythm there. Then it builds into a sludgy, heavy verse, more like, kind of talking from Dave, basically. Then it gets very melodic for the chorus, which I like. It's an okay song. The guitar solo saves it. Gonna give it 3 horns up. I was gonna give it 2, but I think it deserves 3 horns up just for the guitar solo alone. I Am War opens with a flanger-like effect on the guitar, digging the rhythm on this song. The verse has a In My Darkest Hour kind of feel to it, from the Peace Sells album. Overall, this is a very good sounding song. Couple of chord arrangements in the verse kind of sounds like Knock 'Em Dead Kid by Motley Crue. I noticed that right off the bat because I have such excellent ears for metal. Anyway, badass guitar solo, but just way too short. I'm really digging this Temu guy, and I'm giving this song 4 horns up. The album almost ends with the last note. It's a good, really cool narration in the beginning. Obviously, as Dave sounded, it sounded like he might have put some kind of effect on his voice to make him sound like he's talking lower, or that he could have been doing that himself. But it's a really cool narration. It almost sounds like this is him saying goodbye, like this is actually the final Megadeth album. And it's a great way to close the album out, in my opinion. Like if it wasn't for Ride the Lightning being the bonus track, which we're going to talk about next. But yeah, definitely a good song. I'm giving this song 4 horns up. Okay, Megadeth's version of Ride the Lightning, since Dave, claimed to have written, or I guess he did, write most of the music for this when he was in Metallica. And, everyone's been talking about this, waiting for it. It sounds really good if you've never heard the original Metallica version. But when you play this up against Metallica's, this song just sounds like a watered down kind of like a cheap cover version. It just sounds like Megadeth covering Metallica. People are complaining about Dave's voice on it. I think his voice is okay. It sounds like Dave Mustaine singing Metallica. What else is he going to do different on it? But like I said, it just sounds like the guitar is a little bit weaker than the original. I don't know. It should have used a heavier guitar tone. I don't know why they didn't really catch that in the studio or whatever, but who knows. What got me curious, though, if Dave wrote this with Metallica and Kirk Hammett wasn't in the band at the time, I wonder why they went with Kirk Hammett's guitar solos, because the guitar solos are badass, and that's what saves the song, is Kirk Hammett's guitar solos. Or not Kirk Hammett's, but Temu doing Kirk Hammett's guitar solo. But I'm curious as to why they went that route. Like, you would think, since this is Dave's version, that he would want to create his own guitar solo for that part or whatever. So, yeah, when I heard that they were going to do this, I was really expecting a whole different take on it. Like, I was going to expect it to sound somewhat similar, but I was going to expect it to also have a bunch of different elements to it, like a different guitar solo or maybe different rhythm patterns and things like that. But like I said, it just comes to me as a Temu version of Ride the Lightning. No, I'm just kidding. Dollar store version of Ride the Lightning. No, it just sounds like a cover tune. That, like I said, Megadeth covering Metallica. But if you like it, that's cool. I'm going to give this, I was going to give it 1 horn up, but because the guitar solos are so cool, even though they're Kirk Hammett's guitar solos, I'm giving it 2 horns up. All right, so that's it. So the final verdict, I'm giving the whole album 3 horns up, because again, there's a couple of songs that are just sort of okay. But yeah, I don't think it should be their last album. What are your thoughts on this album? What do you love about it, hate about it? Let me know.